Talking about Happy Monday, meatballs. Guys, namaste, God bless all of you. Whoo! What the, the hell am I screaming about? But there's a hedgehog on my screen. Look at this guy. It's just freaking cute, man. It's just until you grab him and you get stuck with them little pricklers, man. A happy Monday to all of friggin' you. I hope you guys are well. I'm still adjusting my lights. I was still taking notes, literally a minute up to showtime because I found something else about this. But I'm going to get right to it today. I've touched base on this many times with America's Mentor, and I keep finding new information. Because honestly, this is probably the most powerful feeling that you can emit that will bring to you all you desire. But I'm going to go right to the quote box tonight. I'd rather be hated for who I am than loved for who I'm not. The great Kurt Cobain mentioned that. Such a wise guy, man. I mean, he was great. It's too bad it had to end the way it did. But it's also National Imagination Day. I mean, us in the upper echelon of age, and a lot of us can attest to this in the, the 40s, 50s, and 60s, we're told not to use your imagination because they think you're weird. If they only clarify that imagination is our basic creation point, it starts the whole process of who we want to be in life. And for people back then, maybe it was, perhaps it was the blue collar, growing up blue collar, because they're, compared to white collar, it's a total different variation. Blue collar people, the hard work and push and strive and hustle and get sick and shit and die. But white collar, they were trained a little differently. And I totally get that. And I'll give you a definition of National Imagination Day: to celebrate the playground of the mind and the power to create. I don't want to hear shit about people not having or not understanding life, because at our fingertips, along with this awesome little hedgehog I got sitting in front of me, man, at our fingertips and in our homes right now is Steve Jobs' dream to put a personal computer in every home. In your home right now, you have access to the biggest friggin' library in the world of information where you can clarify and figure out why things are happening in your life. Don't just depend on influencers like myself and the millions of others out there. Granted, we are doing good work. We are showing a gift to you guys. But it all boils down to you. I wish I knew this back in my 20s. I don't regret it, because things happen for a reason indeed. It gave me the wisdom to where I am now. But to find the information back in the day, you had to go to the library and you had to stand there and pick up these index cards, the hundreds of thousands of them, and search through them. Now you have it within a millisecond, literally a nanosecond, of what you desire, how to get it, how to feel about getting it, and understanding how and why it comes. There's no more excuse for it. So your imagination now can run rampant, man. It can run crazy on your desire, because you're going to admit you're a feeling behind it and your authentic self. Aha. That's what I was talking about as far as the show tonight. But I'm going to get back to it today. National Day of It's National Popcorn Day. I mean, popcorn is awesome, but I thought of popcorn or popcorning as in the next room. My daughter's guinea pigs. These little bitches, when they see you, they start popcorning. I mean, we're talking bouncing in the air, inches off the ground when they're happy. I mean, imagine us doing that. That would put us in friggin' straitjackets and send us off. But yeah, popcorning to them means that they're very happy and they're excited. Probably because I'm going to give them food. Big Dad got to give them some food. But it's also National No Name Calling Week. For all you people out there who judge, I mean, you can kiss my ass. I can say it wholeheartedly, because, I mean, I was called every name in the book growing up. and I actually listened to them. Words are hard, man. They cut deep. So be nice for, what you're saying, because in essence, you're showing an expression of how you feel on the inside as you're projecting to somebody else. So take heart and be nice to what you say to other people, even if you don't agree with them. I mean, that should be like the mantra for the majority of today's crowd. I mean, shut the hell up and be nice and understand other people's beliefs and opinions, which is fine as long as they're not in your face and forcing you to believe in their beliefs and you're allowed to be your true self. Express all you want. Don't judge, man. That's why we're here. We're here to express ourselves. And this came from Oprah. And I can honestly say, I mean, and here's a great point. I'm not on her side of the political spectrum. I don't care. She has created a virtual life that the majority of us can only dream about. But and coming from her background, that's why there's no friggin' excuse anymore, man. Coming from her background, this lady evolved into an iconic figure. Why? Because she's being her true, authentic self. And I'm not sure if this was a commencement speech. Probably not. She wasn't wearing the garment of the university, but it was more perhaps a motivational. But it's really cool because it gets to the point of why we're here. It really does. And for you guys to understand that, you'll realize life is not hard, man. It's you that are making it hard. And I've done that forever. I mean, you mean being hard on myself? Yes, indeed. Did I create more shit? Yeah, I had to deal with that stuff. But here's what she said. Listen to this. Oprah said, "You will find true success and happiness if you only have one goal. There really is one, and that is to fulfill the highest, most truthful expression of yourself as a human being. You want to max out your humanity by using your energy to lift yourself up." She goes on to say, don't ask yourself what the world needs. Really, a lot of us are guilty of that. We all want to save the world, man. How you save the world is saving yourself. The 9 billion people out there, each taking stock in who they are, and watch how the world will change. When everybody minds their own friggin' business and takes care of themselves, this is when life gets a lot more fun because you're focusing on that true self. You got 9 billion other people doing the same thing, being their authentic, true, happy self. The world's energy changes. The collective consciousness out there goes friggin' crazy. Don't ask yourself what the world needs. Ask yourself what makes you come alive. And then go do that. Because what the world needs is people who have come alive. I mean, that's powerful. Because she's just saying, look, let down your guard and allow yourself to express the fullest for the world to see. And I love how she did that. And I did it. This is what I was writing down before I came on. And I did it for kind of like shits and giggles. Is authenticity a feeling? And it popped up in a nanosecond. Yes, it is. A feeling of alignment with your true self. And here is a breakdown, the bullet points. Internal harmony. Effortless flow. There's no more hustle and grind, meatball, when you are your authentic self. Because what? You become a better magnet. This is the whole point. When you're authentic, when you're showing that true self, life is giving you exactly what you give it. You change your cell tower frequency. And when I got into this 20 years ago, and I was listening to a Bob Proctor CD, he said, to transform is going to require immense study. I was like, yeah, you're full of shit. No, he was absolutely right. Because you're going to go through the trials and tribulations and understanding and eventually catching on to the fact that we're just energy. We're frequency. And when you change your frequency, the frequencies of that frequency become your reality. That energy cell tower is now emitting. You're on a different radio station. You've gone from one to another. That's transformation. But most importantly, what it is, and the last bullet point is release. You've released that garb that you have cloaked yourself in. You've allowed yourself to immerse. You've gone from caterpillar to butterfly. You've let the world out and show them who you are. That's why Oprah is who she is. That's why Ozzy was who he was, I mentioned on the last show. They were just being their authentic self. How many of you can actually say that? How many of you can actually say, yeah, I'm my authentic self, but I'm single and I'm a meatball? Yeah, because you're not allowing your true loving self out there. Yeah, but I don't have any money. Because you think money is hard to get. So your cell tower is saying more obstacles, meatball. That's why things are happening in your life. Authenticity is leaving the castle that you built around you. Very few people can do that. I have done that, but it took me a long time to figure that out. You gotta peel away. It's like an onion, man. It smells, it stinks. You gotta start peeling it away, and then you get to the prime part. It still stinks, but it's actually really good. But you gotta peel away the layers of the old you. And from that understanding, it's realizing who you are and making the conscious choice to do that. And imagine, like I said, the 9 billion people doing the same thing, living their authentic self, just being themselves and pursuing what they want in an effortless manner, because now you start attracting from that. There's no more excuses. I mean, you will never hit these roadblocks like you used to when you change who you are. And John said it in 8:32, and you will know the truth, and the truth will set you free. It's understanding your truth is what John was talking about, your persona that you're sending out to the world every day. And I love what Carl Jung said about this. The privilege of a lifetime is to become who you truly are. And indeed, it is a privilege. It is, because when you go through the morass of what you've been through in life and you finally let go of that person, I mean, the beauty about this is when you make that choice, everything starts evolving around you. I mean, life, circumstances, synchronicities, your body, your feeling, your immune system, your cells, you start reprogramming all neural pathways, new neural pathways, to take over the old ones. And that's when you get over someone or something. You overwhelm the old thoughts with new thoughts, creating new neural pathways. So the old way, the Freudian way of therapy is talking about your problems all friggin' day long. What you're doing is magnifying the problems that you're trying to get away from. The Adler way was saying, look, find a goal, meatball, be yourself and pursue that every day. You will override the trauma that has happened to you on an emotional level, on a feeling level. You can never forget it. But when you understand it, when you think about it, it's not going to affect your feelings. That's why my past really doesn't bother me, because I had to override the experiences and the trauma and all these things that had happened to me with a better thought process. Hence, National Imagination Day. You immerse yourself in the new life that you want internally. It has to start in here first. You immerse yourself in that life eternally, and life is going to change around you naturally, because you become what? A different cell tower. And authentic is broken down in Webster's as true to one's own personality, spirit, and or character. Your personality creates your personal reality. Dr. Joe Dispenza said that. I love that, because your personality is just everything thrown in the pot of who you are. And it's all put together, and you're showing that in your expressions and your feelings every single day. And life is just saying, okay, here you go. Here's more of that. When you become authentic, you've let down your guard. You now, if you want love in your life and the true love of your life, you have to be 100% of that loving person to attract your equal. If you want success, you have to let down your guard of all the failures that have occurred. Mind you, I have hundreds of them in my life, because I wanted to try everything, man. I literally did. I wanted to try everything. Did it make me feel good? No. Did it hurt? Yes. But for me to move forward, I had to figure out and get past this morass of shit that I went through in my life on a constant level, immerse myself in who I am and what I wanted to have, be, and do, override the trauma and the past experiences with new neural pathways by constantly thinking of the imaginary self that I've always wanted to be, and life became that. That's the question you got to ask yourself. How do you want to live the rest of your life? Do you want a life filled with effortless, aligned flow to where you want to go? Or do you want to keep fighting the rest of your life? You've got to ask yourself the question. You've got to ask yourself, what do I truly want? Okay, fine. Fuck it. This is what I'm going to do. End of story. I'm not going to pay attention to what anybody says, has, or done in my life anymore. I'm going to override it all. With what? My true and honest self. So really grasp it. I mean, this gets me angry because there's so much information out there that can change your life. But what are you watching? The news. And a bunch of meatballs jumping around with signs. I'm telling you, that's going to affect you on a negative level. It's going to get you angry, or it's going to get you sad. Why would you want to torment yourself with immersing yourself in something that doesn't make you feel good? Because you've been programmed to do it. And that's the hardest part. They call a person had to give a definition of the most powerful tool. And she said a television. Television. You're being shown a vision of somebody else's beliefs out there on a constant level on your phones, on your computer, and television. You're getting involved with it emotionally, and it's destroying you. To transform and evolve into the person that you've always wanted to be, you have to let down all your past experiences. By watching negativity, you are impeding it unknowingly, because you're being programmed to watch it over and over. So really think about it. You jump in the pool, man. Life is going to say, here you go. You give 100%, you're going to get back 100%. You give 10%, you're going to maybe get 10% in your life. You want what you truly want in your life, you got to give it your all. Give it your all. Or don't even bother. Live out your life and immerse yourself in all the negativity and blame life for your troubles. Or you can grab life by the balls and say, this is who I am. Watch me. Guys, enjoy your Monday. Guys, America's Mentor. I hit a milestone on YouTube. I wanted to share with you guys. YouTube sent me congratulatory letter. They said I hit 180,000 views on YouTube. Much love to YouTube for promoting America's Mentor. Guys, please subscribe and share. Hashtag America's Mentor on YouTube. Much love to you guys. Enjoy your Monday. Really understand. I mean, every episode I come on here with America's Mentor, your life depends on understanding who you are. Really. Because when you understand and hear who you are, you start emitting that energy out there, you're going to start feeling better. Your life's going to start changing in so many amazing ways, but you got to make the conscious choice to do it. Happy Monday! I'll talk to you guys soon, man.